Namaste. Hello everyone. Wish you a pleasant good day. This is Dr. Athira Thampy from Pranavam Clinic. While COVID-19 tightened its grip globally, there started surfacing yet another name, a probable antidote to COVID-19, that is hydroxychloroquine, of which India is the largest manufacturer in the world. Have you ever wondered how India could be the largest manufacturer? What is the relationship between India and this drug? Now, let me reveal the story of hydroxychloroquine, which has got a part in Indian history. Shall we start? Fascinating story of hydroxychloroquine, the British India, and Gin and Tonic. Here we start. As you all are aware of the fact that hydroxychloroquine has taken the world by storm. Every newspapers, every TV channels are talking about it, and the world countries are requesting India to supply it. A curious person might wonder how and why this chemical composition is deeply entrenched in India, and is there any history behind it? Well, there is a history. The history that can be traced to Tipu Sultan's defeat. In the year 1799, Tipu Sultan was defeated by the British, and the whole of Mysore, including Srirangapatnam, came under the British rule. The initial few days, the British soldiers were celebrating their victory like anything, but in few weeks, many started falling sick. Falling sick due to malaria. The reason was that Srirangapatnam was a really marshy area and mosquito problem was very severe there. The Indian population who had been exposed to this condition, they had got all the immunity. But Britishers who were exposed to this harsh environment, which were prevalent years back, they were exposed to such a harsh environment for the first time, and they started developing illness, which was prevalent years back in India, started bearing the brunt. To quickly overcome the mosquito menace, Britishers, they shifted their station from Srirangapatnam to Bangalore, which was a welcome change because the Britishers were gravely missing the cold climate from the time they were off the shores. But Bangalore was also no exception to the mosquitoes. Around this time, the European scientists, they developed a chemical composition called as quinine, and they believed that it could treat malaria. But the medicine has to be tested. And it was at this time that the army was suffering from malaria. So this came as an opportunity, and tons of medicines were imported and they were distributed to all the British Army centers, to all the centers across India, all the stations across India. And all the soldiers, including the healthy ones, were asked to take this medicine. But there came a small problem. What was the problem? Although many of the sick Britishers were getting cured, were getting better with the medicine, but many kept falling sick. The authorities came to know that the quinine, the chemical composition quinine, was so bitter, and many soldiers were actually not taking it. So they kept falling sick. That's when the top British officials and scientists, they started discovering ways to curtail the bitterness of this medicine, quinine, so that they could persuade the soldiers to take it. And it was then they found that once this bitter quinine is mixed with juniper, liquor, then the bitterness will not be there and it actually gives a sweet flavor. This is because with the final compound, when this quinine mixed with the juniper liquor, when that combination, the final molecular combination is having a sweet taste and it masks the bitterness of the quinine. The juniper based liquor was actually gin. So a combination of gin and quinine became an instant hit among the British soldiers. Then the top officials started distributing this gin to the soldiers as part of their ration, and so that the soldiers can themselves prepare the gin and tonic. So in order to cater the increasing demands of this gin and tonic, the Britishers started numerous breweries in Bengaluru. Thus, innumerable breweries and liquor distillation factories in and around Bengaluru had made the place the pub capital of India way back during the British times. So after independence, these breweries and distillation centers were bought. It was bought by none other than Vittal Mallya, father of Vijay Mallya, and he started running the consortium under the name United Breweries, and the headquarters were in Bengaluru. Coming back to the topic, this is how gin and tonic became a popular cocktail. And when a person falls sick and he visits the doctor used to prescribe the tonic. The tonic was quinine. The doctor prescribed quinine, and when people fall sick, the neighbors started telling, go and visit a doctor and get a tonic. The term tonic is so overused that in India, most of the time, the Western medicine is called as, colloquially people say it as tonic. Over years, quinine has been made into many of its variants and derivatives, and the latest being hydroxychloroquine, which is the most sought after drug today. The hydroxychloroquine has been used or has been prescribed for malaria. The reason because this combination is proved to be having lesser side effects compared to its predecessors. That's how tonic became a colloquial term for Western medicine in India. And that's how a simple peek into the history of hydroxychloroquine has taken us to Tipu Sultan's defeat, then liquor rationing, colorful cocktails, tonics, and medicinal cure. That's all for today. I hope you love the story. Thank you so much.